Hi, guys. Hi, Red Knight. Hi, Midnight. Wow, we have 2 different nights here. Wow. How are y'all doing? Hi, Pascal. How are you? Hi, Jens. Hello. What would I say? Jens. There. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's Jens to the 6th power. That's a cool name. 6 power Jens. Hi. Semi-annoying date. Oh, that's not how powers work. Just Jens is fine? Okay. What do you mean that's not how powers work? What do you know about powers? Do you have superpowers with claws? Do you have superpowers? If you guys could have any superpower, what would it be? Because for me, it would probably be telekinesis. Because that's also flying. You get to move stuff with your mind, and also you get to fly. Because you just pick yourself up. Think about it. Teleportation? Well, do you teleport anything, or are you only able to teleport yourself, or are you... Or... I guess teleportation, if you could teleport anything, that means you could also teleport yourself anywhere. The superpowers of basic algebra. So this is neat. No need to get up to grab a drink, yeah. Invisibility for nefariousness. Dude, invisibility is great until you need to cross the street. But invisibility, I can also see the appeal of. If you've got, like, a bad body image or something, and you're just invisible, then that's fine. Even if you were invisible and you wore clothes and people could still see your clothes, then, you know. I think when there's mystery to something, people just assume that you're either very beautiful. That you're very beautiful. Just don't walk in front of cars. Yeah, the thing is, even if you are visible... cars might still hit you because people who drive don't know how to drive. Well, I hope it would be toggleable. I had invisibility. If I didn't have a choice in my superpower and I was given invisibility, and it was toggleable, I would never toggle it off. I would have it on 24/7. Lowers grooming standards? Yeah. I would just be invisible all the time. Monkey Paw's superpower? Yeah, being invisible, like, makes you more likely to get hit by cars, but I promise you, being visible, you're still very likely to get hit by cars, just because people are that bad at driving. People drive with their eyes closed or something. Monkey Paw. You see the cars coming, just don't tempt them. Okay, what if... Do you know what would suck? What if you were, like, regenerate infinitely? That would suck, because, like, let's say you get cancer later on, and you need the cancer removed. You can't get it removed, because surgery, like, they would just cut you, and it would regenerate. If you could regenerate infinitely, I promise you, like, a criminal sect will steal you and then harvest your organs perpetually. They will harvest your organs literally forever, and they'll take everything. To regenerate infinitely, it kind of make you immune from cancer. How? Or you become 100% cancer. Yeah. It's either it makes you immune or makes you 100%. Do be the Deadpool plot? Really? Is it? Deadly regenerate, you could become like Deadpool type shit and run around doing stuff that would get you killed. I mean, it still hurts him. He still has pain receptors. Look at the guy without the mask. Honestly, I don't really pay attention to too much superhero stuff, but I think most people like Deadpool. Because Deadpool's kind of like, he's kind of like a satire to superhero stuff, right? He's a comic relief character. But then he has this whole thing where he's just being chaotic and funny. There's, did you know that there was, like, this animated Deadpool thing, and then the Japanese dub for it? They had Dio. They had Dio voice Deadpool. Dio Brando. It was funny. I think that's pretty funny. Hi, Mr. Matt. How are you? Dio Pool? Yes, Dio Pool. Dio Pool does sound funny. Hello, Forest Dweller. Hello and good night. Alright. Dzień dobry. Dobre nos. How are you, Twitchy? I'm doing alright. I woke up late. I woke up late because I just slept through my alarm. I woke up and my alarm had already been going off for an hour plus, and then I had to wake up and then prepare for stream. And here we are. We're yapping. You might also noticing, guys, I am talking a bit faster than I would normally would. It's because I am now, I don't know, I just decided I didn't want to take my medication. My my antipsychotic, so this is my second day off of it, and I'm not as sedated as I normally would be. So my brain is a lot sharper today, and I'm talking faster because of it. I'm not talking as slowly. I get the feeling that if I'm mainly doing this because, you know, I for those of you who have been paying attention, I took an ADHD test recently, and if you've been paying attention in Discord, I talked about how I did really bad on it. I think I did really bad. I haven't received any form of diagnosis or anything like that yet, but I'm kind of expecting the worst. So what I'm hoping, what I'm gonna do is just see how I react to my meds without being on them for a little bit. Just because in the past I've been off them before and it's had mixed results, but we'll see how it goes for right now, because they might take me off of them and put me on something else entirely. Hordes of pirate forced to mine. Yeah, I know. I don't like ADHD medication. Yeah. There's just a lot of things that made me kind of worried that I might have ADHD or ADD or something along those lines, and you know, I talk about this. We've been talking about this nonstop for like the past 3 or 4 streams, but it's I don't know. There's just a lot of things that indicated to me stuff like I definitely have the hyperactivity of ADHD or something. Something is giving me hyperactivity, and it's not the caffeine. Me consuming caffeine is more so of self-medication, which is also similar to, you know, what a lot of people who do ADHD, who have ADHD, they do. They typically compensate with a lot of caffeine. And then you guys have seen my VR chat streams before. You see how I move, right? How I never stop moving. I have hyperactivity. I don't move like that because it's because I just, you know, you're a wiggler, yeah. I'm constantly moving. I don't move like that just because I'm trying to be more entertaining or something. I do that innately. If I sit still, it is actually like, it feels uncomfortable to me. If I'm not bouncing my leg, I'm uncomfortable. Something's wrong. The only time I stop moving is when I'm really focused on something. And it's hard to get focused on stuff sometimes. Like, I have to be really passionate about what I'm getting focused into. So she has music Jagger. True. True. Did you guys like the last, yesterday's, collab with Seki? Even though I didn't stream my perspective? Well, it's mainly because I didn't want to set up my browser to look at stuff like eBay listings and Reddit posts and Craigslist and all that jazz. I didn't want to do all that. But basically, I appeared on Seki's stream and I pinged in my server that I was live on his stream, and we were reviewing computers that we saw online. And we saw some good deals, we saw some bad deals. It's so funny, every time you saw a gaming PC, and it was literally like a Dell workstation ripped apart and then put inside of a RGB case, and it was called a gaming PC. A lot of those computers are silly, yeah. Gaming PC. Honestly, I think workstations are kind of cool. Like, I would love to have a workstation type build. Overpriced office PC with RGB, yeah. Fortnite machine, yeah, everything. Every computer on there. Every computer on there, they would always have like the Fortnite FPS. Are you gonna be mining in a Prospector or Mole, and where at? I'm gonna be mining in a Golem. All I have is a Golem. I have a Golem starting package with LTI that I've been sitting on because I intended to give it to an alt. And I'm gonna mine with that today. I need to get a new CPU. Ryzen 5 3rd gen 600 is not good. Yeah, I had a... Did I ever tell you what I was using for the longest time? Would you believe me if I told you the specs of my computer when I first started streaming involved a AMD Ryzen 1600 Summit, a 1st gen AMD CPU in an MSI PC Mate board with an MSI 1050 Ti. How'd you stream on that? I only stopped streaming on that in what was it? 2024, January 2024. I only stopped streaming on it then. I only upgraded then. Remember that time I was out for a whole week in January in 2024? That's because I had computer problems when I was doing my upgrade. I bought a new motherboard. I bought a new not PSU. CPU. Sorry, I used the same PSU for a long time. In fact, this entire build, there's still one part from the original 2017 build I had, which is the tiny little 250 GB NVMe. That's my boot drive. The yellow bell is actually very bad at getting material. Oh, sorry, I forgot to say where I was going. I'm going to Monox because I love Pyro and I love Monox. Monox is a very pretty planet. Monox is actually okay for tungsten and copper. So that's just what I'm going to be going for. And I'm going to just go take them to checkmate, melt them down, and then eventually do moves to all the way to ArcCorp. Shouldn't be too bad. Shouldn't be too bad. I could probably do all that with multiple trips with the Golem and the Ute. Should be... Yo, ArcCorp? Listen, I've heard the ArcCorp quest giver is a pretty lady. My brother's PC is like that. Goes all the way back to Star Citizen 3 launch days. Run Star Citizen just fine still. Ah, I see. I see. Johan, you know, I know you're interested in Star Citizen. Would you want to hang out with my org someday? You don't have to join it, but we have a Discord that's open to the public if you just want to play Star Citizen with us sometime. We play on Wednesdays at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time right now, and then Forest Roller's trying to organize more events. Oh yeah, I'm down. Okay, there's a link in if you check the rule page, because I didn't make like I didn't make another channel for it yet. Check the rules page on my server, you'll find a link to the org server. Hi, Korik. Korik is a sneaky grubby. I'm in a med pop server, if that's what you want to do. Roger that? Okay. Okie dokie. We're still just chatting for a little bit. I don't know how long I'll just chat for. I kind of want to save some of my yapping for the actual gameplay. I've also got a ship post in mind that I'm actually going to put the VTuber model away for because I want to record the footage of it. But basically, I've sat on this idea for a shit post for Star Citizen for the longest time, where on a fresh patch, I just record, I just record my game of me spawning in Orison, running to the Kelto store and buying a double dog and eating it. And it was literally just gonna be Star Citizen double dog any % speedrun. I was just gonna do something like that. And then, but now that I have an org and our mascot is the C-Nut, I was thinking maybe instead I would do, I would spawn in Ruin Station, do the same thing, run to the food market, grab a C-Nut and eat that C-Nut any %. And I would just put like a timer, I'll just edit in a timer or something like that. I don't know. Is it easy to edit in a timer in DaVinci Resolve? DaVinci Resolve, add a timer. Add timer. Select time code. Okay. Customizing a timer. Okay, there's a whole video here. Alright, I'll probably check that out later. Okay, so I could do that whole thing. C-Nut be nut any %. And then I was just gonna make that the org video. Because, like, my org is very casual, right? We're not, like, a super serious org. We're not, I wouldn't even say we're semi-serious or normal, because, like, you know, we have some people who are in the org who aren't even in the Discord or participate. It's just, you know, that's what kind of happens when you have, like, a streamer org. You know, people just want to hang out. Some of them, I'd say a majority of people probably still haven't even pirated anyone yet, which is fine. Red Magpie Bullet YouTube. Hello. My day is going alright. My day is going alright. I think that would be a good org video. I think that'd be funny. Because, like, I think some orgs take themselves way too seriously. Like, these hardcore roleplay PMC orgs, where they act like they're in some form of military. It's just too... I feel like I'd be walking on eggshells all the time. You know what I mean? I feel like I would be afraid to speak if I was to hang out in those kinds of VCs, right? Gotta call two dogs sir and shit. Like, it's just... it's too much. Like, if people love the band-aid on the nose, oh, thank you. Thank you. Yeah, it's too much, because, like, I like banter. I like the culture we have with the org currently, where people join VC. It's kind of, you know, it's just like people they're just playing the game, and there's banter, and people are allowed to laugh, and we make mistakes and we laugh about it. You know, you make a mistake in a hardcore roleplay org, and someone's gonna, like, court-martial you or some shit like that. Boys don't even know what a TTP is and have established SOPs, but they want to be hardcore. I don't know what a TTP is, but I know what SOPs are. Standard operating procedures, yeah. Can't say long, sorry about that. No, that's fine. Thanks for tuning in. You can always check out the VOD. I appreciate you checking me out, Jordan. Apple Brandy, thanks so much for the 12 months. Thank you, thank you. A whole year, man. A whole year. I appreciate it. I really appreciate it. You want to be for one fuck up later? Bitch, yeah. I'll join a rival org. Yeah, exactly. Too much, man. And then... Have you seen how some of those orgs operate? Like, I watch some org stuff and it's just like... Okay, I kind of dig. Honestly, I'm a big fan of orgs that are focused on an industrial thing. Like, a trucking org. I think those are cool. I think, like, trucking orgs or cargo orgs or trading orgs, those are just cool, right? You're welcome. I've been a sub for a long time now, but I've never got to see you live. Ah, I see. Yeah. Well, I'm glad you were able to check me out today. I appreciate you being sub for so long, and, you know, it's okay to lurk. It's okay to lurk. We love our lurkers. Sorry, I was just finishing off my monster. It's hard to impress you since I've gone through shoutouts with tier 1 dudes. Johan, there's one of my friends used to do, shoot houses with all kinds of people. I don't know what he's doing right now. I think he's a police officer corrections in another state, but he's done cool stuff like that. Twitchy thinks trucking is cool. Have you seen what I talked about in Elite Dangerous? When I played Elite Dangerous years ago, all I did was trucking. Your model twitched out? Yeah, it's because there was a monster can. Neat, yeah. His name is Callsign Heathen. He's in the org VC. Not org VC, the org server if you want to talk to him sometime about cool gun stuff. I guess more than gun stuff. See, I'm a security guard, but I'm not like, you know, I'm not like a cop or anything. I just watch cameras all day. I mean, I have guns, but like, you know, I've never done a shoot house. I've always just been more of an antique collector than anything. I do like retro Glocks though. Those are fun. That's probably my most practical firearms are my retro Glocks. That's plenty cool. You're plenty cool. Could you use a glowy? No, I'm not. Nuh-uh. Despite the shift work. I mean, night shift security guard is pretty chill. I like it. There's a lot of downtime. I get to think. I literally go into work, I do a little bit of work, and then I do almost all of my work within 1 hour, and then the rest of the seven hours I spend monitoring cameras and watching YouTube on my laptop. Like, it's pretty chill. It's pretty chill. It allows me to, especially when you have so much downtime, it allows you to focus so much on other things. Definitely not a bad job. Yeah, it's not a bad job. I just wish I was paid more, because I'm about to have more expenses soon. Apparently, now that I'm driving, my parents' car insurance spiked because I'm under their car insurance. And, I'm technically a new driver, according to insurance company. In fact, I'll be a new driver for 5 years, according to insurance company. So their bill jumped by like $600 a month because I started driving. Which I think is an absolute bullshit, by the way. Yeah, so what's gonna happen is I'm probably gonna have to, because, you know, that's a lot for my parents to pay. So I probably have to break off of their insurance and start paying it myself. And hopefully get a lower rate. Look into other insurers, yeah. I mean, this insurance company is, I mean, it's not a bad insurance company. I don't know. I don't know if it's actually... What car is it? A Ferrari? No, it's not. I don't know what's going on. I feel like my parents are just saying 600. Is it red? No. I don't know. My parents might just be saying 600 because they're dramatic. They're very dramatic. Well, whatever it is, they're saying that they can no longer pay. I think it might be closer actually to like $220 because that's what they said they're gonna take off of my account going forward to help pay for it until I get my own. And I'm like, okay, all right, sure, I'll pay a $220 for car insurance monthly. That's fine. I don't know how much it is for car insurance for a new driver, but I haven't been in an accident and I've been driving since December last year. So it's been over half a year already. And I haven't gotten into an accident. That's more reasonable. Yeah. It's my parents being dramatic. They really depends on where you live, yeah, but I walked in, they were all flustered. In fact, I woke up and I immediately had a wall of text on my phone about how expensive the insurance is. And, you know, instead of talking about finding ways to lower it, it's just like, you need to pay for this yourself. I'm like, okay, all right, I can do that. And then they said $600, and I'm just like, I don't know if that's true. My car is very old, guys. My car is very old. It is valued less than $1,000. So I don't know how it could cost $600 for insurance. That's better for insurance, yeah. It is a very old car that is very well taken care of. Liability insurance for your car? I don't know. I'm gonna talk to the representative. I'm gonna talk to the representative on Monday because it's a weekend. Not like I can talk to them now, but. If I convert 600 to my currency, it's my whole salary before tax and deductions. Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, it's probably my parents being dramatic because that's something that they do. Sometimes they'll be dramatic about stuff and then they can ask, then they try to ask for more money from me. It might be $600 total, including all their vehicles. That might be what's going on. They might have said jumped to 600. Me wanting to take your guns. What? No, you can't have them. Yeah, I would ask to see the rates straight from the source instead of, yeah. That's kind of toxic. That's just my parents. That's just my parents. Actually, fuck you. You can't take Fly's guns. Fly's is Texan. Fly's is Texan. You can literally never take them. Man. Man, oh man. Being an adult is hard. I haven't been taking care of myself the best. But I feel a lot more energy and more motivated to do stuff lately. For those of you who missed it earlier, I talked about this is day 2 of being off of my antipsychotic. Just because I decided I just didn't want to take it right now. And just to see how I do off of it. Of legal adulthood. Yeehaws from here. And like I said, I feel sharper. I feel good right now. I maybe going completely off of it isn't the best idea, but like maybe I could ask them to lower my dose again. But I feel alright. I feel alright. I like the sharpness. I like how my brain isn't foggy right now, because it's usually very, very foggy. It's usually hard to formulate my thoughts. It's hard to talk fast. It's hard to really express myself fully the way I want to without this air of ditziness to it. Well, they're not antidepressants, Akira. They're antipsychotics. It's just 2 days. It's just 2 days. I'll go back on them soon. Take away flies cornbread? Wait, when did this poll start? What? When did this poll start? Whose idea was that? I feel like that's a Pascal tier poll. It was not rigged. Why did it take away flies as cornbread? Flies, you're gonna be so disappointed. You're gonna be so disappointed when we eventually boot up Star Citizen today. Oh my god. Oh, watch, this next message is gonna be bye. Oh, his next message is actually WTF. Okay, okay. I was wrong. I was wrong. Though today I'm feeling more I'm definitely feeling more of that 70s 60s rock type beat. So we're gonna be listening to that for sure. We're gonna be listening to that and mining, guys. Is that sounds so blue collar? That sounds so blue collar. That sounds like America yee yee. Man, I've heard there's a lot going on with this update. This is basically a very industrialized update. There's a lot of cargo hauling. There's a lot of mining. There's a lot of cargo recovery. Whenever I hear blue collar, I remember the ball crushing factory meme. Hi, Dre. I just got off a 12-hour shift at the ball crushing factory, where they were crushing my balls. That's funny. That's very funny. I love that. I love that so much. I'm sorry I started late today, guys. Like I said, I just ended up sleeping in. I didn't mean to. I did stay up late, though. Well, no, not really. I stayed up till like 9 a.m. Hey, times are rough. You take whatever job you can get. That's what I tell people. Instead, well, I don't know. There's been a huge epidemic of there's a lot of people looking for jobs, and then a lot of companies wanting to people for those jobs, but then they don't hire anybody because their HRs are all now reading resumes with AI tools instead, and then the AI auto-rejects them, and the HR ladies never actually look at your resume. And then when they do look at your resume, they throw away half of them. Just because they don't want to hire unlucky candidates. Hi, Midnight. Thanks so much for 4 months. Thank you. Based, honestly. Got soft hands, boy. I woke up at 8 p.m. to crush rocks and burn coal. I clock in at work, half a pack of Reds left. Luck-based hiring systems, yeah. They take half the resumes and throw them away because they don't want the unlucky ones in their company. Throwing resumes to not hire the unlucky is kind of based. Gacha-based hiring system. Honestly, I would prefer RNG over what the fuck we have right now. Did you see that crazy thing where someone was like, an interviewer was like, for future reference, asking about salary, workplace culture, and hours is or whatever it is or responsibilities is inappropriate during an interview, and it's just like, what the hell are you supposed to talk about, dude? If you make a job listing and you don't include the pay on it, then don't include the salary on it, what is wrong with you? What is wrong with you? Yeah, that sounds insane. HR people are insane. HR people are freaking insane. They're probably the most spoiled and the most, like, when society collapses, I promise you, the HR department is the first to die. And it's not even like that HR is innately bad people. It's just like, it's just such an expendable field to be in. Want to lowball any worker they can get? Yeah, I got lowballed for the longest fucking time in my old job. And I worked for a company where in order to get a raise, I had to go to a trial. I had to basically send a I had to argue for it in an email to higher ups that I never interacted with, and then afterwards go to a trial where I have to explain every single reason why I think I deserve the raise in front of higher ups. In a company where they believed all Americans are lazy and overpaid, when they can just hire another person in India to do the same job for half the amount. So I just left. I just left. There's no point. I'm not gonna play that game. I'm not gonna play that game. No point. That's how you get racist? People were racist towards me. You were racist towards me because I'm American. They assume that they don't, even though I did all the logistical work for my team so that my higher ups in my team could put their name on my work and say that it's theirs. And then their higher ups would look at me and then ask my team, my leadership, what is Twitchy doing? Because they don't think I'm doing anything. Because all the work I do has someone else's name on it. That tracks, yeah. I mean, I get being logistical support, right? But when I'm doing all the numbers crunching and all the presentation work, like putting together all the presentations so you could present it to higher ups, you're just the face of the team. I'm doing all the work, and you just put your name on it at the very end. Like, I recognize, you know, that's an important, we're still working together as a team. Alright, fine. It's not my manager's fault. But it's the higher ups that my manager answers to. It's their fucking fault for just not recognizing how much of the work I did went into what they did. You guys like bubblegum? Yeah. I do like bubblegum. I don't get a 2 week notice when I'm getting fired. Dude, when I put in my 2 weeks notice, I had never heard my boss so desperate before. I had never heard a man whimper like that. That was actually kind of scary. He begged me to make it a 4 weeks notice instead of 2 weeks. Glass particles for authenticity. Yum. That's my whole thing, is companies can fire people whenever they want, so I don't give 2 weeks. Not to say, just to give them another 2 weeks. Yeah, because they just... You put your 2 weeks in? No, I'm talking about my old job. My old job. Back in October. That I left in October. At first, they were like, oh, so we heard you, you put your 2 weeks in, but, you know, it's mainly because you wanted a raise. Well, I didn't really hear a figure from you. They are acting like they were going to negotiate, and I was just like, and they explained, well, the process is you'd have to, you know, ask for it from the higher-ups, and then they re-explained the process to me. I already knew the process. And I told them, don't I do things to deserve a raise every single time I show up to work and do all of my work without any mistakes at all? When I do my work every day for 3.5 years, doing everything you say, even at the last second, every sleepless night I do, all the extra hours I work, and I'm salaried so I don't get overtime. Now that you're telling me I have to argue against higher-ups for my raise when I'm busting my ass over 60 hours a week and I'm salaried and only getting paid for 40. Is what I told my boss. Weren't you doing like 25 an hour work for like minimum wage? No. I was getting paid $16 an hour at my old job. Even though I didn't get paid overtime. And I worked probably closer to 50 to 60 hours a week. Useless fucking manager. I told them I just need to make more money. And this whole time, that's basically minimum wage. Should have asked for double. I could have. That was my Walmart wage as a cashier. It depends on where you live. If your cost of living is low, then stuff like that can be alright. But that was for a tech company. That was where I managed people. I managed people at that job. I managed all of our new hires. And did all the work. I worked 2 jobs at that job. They changed my position out from under my feet 3 times. And I didn't get a single raise. They changed my job 3 times and I didn't get a single raise. So I left that company. Now, I'm a security guard. I make $18 an hour. And I get paid to watch YouTube on my laptop. That's not bad. I mean, it's still not a whole lot of money, but... But it's chill. It's a lot chiller. Moving was a good move, yeah. And here, people actually value my technical expertise a lot. Because it's like, oh, you know tech work. You know how to use computers. Because you were in a field, you went to college for computers, and you worked in a field, you worked at a job that you use computers daily. Now they rely on me for everything, and I've been told outright by my old boss that, like, hey, Twitchy, you know, if a manager position ever opens up for this work area, they're probably hiring you. And I'm just like, okay, I'm alright with that. Okay. I'd be okay with that. And then I'd start actually making some money. That'd probably be 20 an hour. Promotions, yeah. I think, you know, I think the worst thing one can do is look at where you are and ask yourself where you could have been if you had did something else instead. If I didn't go to college and instead, you know, or maybe if I went to college for something else, like IT related. IT people make a lot of money. It's just that if you know anything about the IT people are also nomadic creatures. You know what I mean by that? If you know how the IT industry is right now, no one in IT retires. No one in IT ever retires. The same people who have been doing IT back in 2000, early 2000, are still working. There are people who are 80 and 90 in IT. They never leave. So that means there's never new positions. Which means there's very little job opportunities for IT, and everyone wants to be IT. It's actually becoming an issue. Our sysadmins are about to age out and they don't have anyone under them. Hi, Melchior. Yeah. And if you're a new IT professional, to even get your name considered, you need to not just have a degree, but you also need to have a fuck ton of very relevant certifications. All these certifications cost money to maintain, and you need to retake them every 3 or 4 years. To even get considered, because there's just so many of them. Or you be a Nepo hire. Take a shot for all the clueless college kids going to comp sci. I was a clueless college kid going to comp sci. That was me. I went to college and I was sung a pretty little story by everyone in college about, oh, the job industry is great. You're gonna all have jobs working for major banks or something like that. As soon as you leave college, they're just gonna hire you up. In fact, let's work on your resume right now. I graduate. I was unemployed for a year. The job I worked afterwards wasn't even in my field. Running right before his pure hell. Hi, Flaming TP. How are you? Shirts aren't always a huge deal. Depends on the agency or company. Have you seen the requirements for most IT positions? They want you to have 5 years of experience in something that's only been out for 2. Network engineer, cybersec, it ain't worth the grind. Insanely competitive. Yeah. What I think you should just do, work in industry that's tech adjacent and be the most knowledgeable person to tech in the room. That's kind of what I'm doing now. I'm working as a security guard, but I could easily see myself a couple years from now either being a manager or getting moved to a position where I handle all the camera and alarm systems instead, which is all tech related. And they, you know, all of my coworkers who might compete with me are all high school graduates. They'd either have to hire outside or me. That's the hustle that I'm going for right now. I've got no problem 5-10 years from now setting up camera systems and alarm systems and fire alarms. I'll do that. Sure. All of that is relevant for security. I've got no problem doing stuff like that. So that's kind of what I'm banking on right now. Hiring managers don't know what they're talking about and just throw something together? Yeah, make me a hiring manager. I'll take their job. At least I know what the fuck I'm talking about. Do airport security? Just do any armed guard role. Armed guard, you'll get at least 24 an hour. And that's in a low cost of living state. You go be an armed guard in California or something, you get a bunch of money. By the way though, if I work in this job and I don't get like a raise, if I don't get a promotion or a raise within like a year or 2 years, I'm just gonna go be like a armored truck guard or something. You will not network in college? I networked in college and someone wanted me to be a front-end developer. But I didn't have very much faith in my skills. So I said no. Go be a PMC? No. Sorry, I'm not going to... I start armed guard in New Hampshire and starting, it was 28 an hour. That's fucking good. Great at PMC? No. PMC companies only want previous military. Yeah. In an industry where you've got a surplus of veterans who are all experienced lead throwers and door kickers, why would you ever hire a civilian that isn't just taking an administrative role into a PMC? Now, I'm sure they'll take almost anyone for those Kuwait jobs and get paid in gold bars. If you got no problem going to Kuwait, I'm sure they'll take you. They want people they don't have to train in any basics. Contracting in the Middle East is lucrative. Yeah. But, I mean, you gotta be willing to go to the sandbox. Another big money is, another big money is probably oil rigs and, other commercial vessels. Boating. The actual PvP sandbox. Guys, I like to be able to stream whatever I do. Do a few years of in real life PvP. IT contracting over there, you get paid 150k plus for 90% of the jobs over there in the Middle East. Guys, honestly, if I didn't have a major depression diagnosis and sleepwalking issues, I would have 100% joined the military. Because, like, I would not argue with a full-time job. And benefits. I would have just gone to something tech-related. Are you laughing, Johan? Is that a bad idea? Is joining the military a bad idea? Are you laughing at me? I mean, I'm disqualified. I'm medically disqualified. Depends on what you do. Yeah. In the chair force. Mm-hmm. You're in the army? My brother's thinking about joining the military once he's done with all of he's doing here. He probably gets stationed in Japan. Because he's learned so much Japanese. That was something else that you said earlier. Okay. Military's not bad for one undone contract. Yeah, I'll be honest, guys. I'm jealous. I have so many friends who, you know, they weren't forced to go to college after high school by their parents, like I was. They joined the military after high school. They're done with the military already. They all have homes and families. They all have homes and families. And I'm over here, still living with my parents. You know, I'd say they're living way more successful lives than me. So I can't help but look at the military kind of like, man, I wish I could have done that. So it went for me without the family part. I might have at one point, but physical health issues prevented as an option. Yeah. Sleepwalking is bad. I can't join because of sleepwalking. They don't want people who sleepwalk. I think you get waivers? Yeah, because I could probably get a waiver for the major depression diagnosis. But like sleepwalking. Yeah, that's not good. I used to sleepwalk and talk. The guy I worked with was a civ that got into Blackwater, and is how he made industry connections before it became what it is today. What the dog doing? Hi, Stubbs. Dave, she's not sleepwalking. She's on a midnight patrol. I mean, in boot camp, we had people screaming, "Aye, sir," while sitting at attention at boot camp. She's a fire guard. She's not sleepwalking. Yeah, while sleeping. Yeah, I figured, Melchior. My brother, I'm hoping everything works out with my brother. Once he finishes his year of learning Japanese that he's doing right now, he'll probably join the military, and I'm looking forward to see what he can do. Year of playability. It has been an hour of just chatting. We could transition to the game now. Everyone wants to go to Japan? He probably won't get it. What do you mean? Like, getting stationed in Japan? Well, he actually speaks the language. He's lived in Japan. Depends on his branch. Typically, if you can speak the language, they intend to utilize you. Yeah, but I guess it depends on what they want him to do. If the language is needed. Yeah, that's fair. Army getting Japan is super rare. Yeah, I think Japan, you'd have to go Marines to go Okinawa. Is he Korean or Chinese? They'll put people in Korea who don't know how to speak Korean. Navy Marines are most likely to get something in Japan. Yeah. Air Force Marines. It's just something he's gonna have to talk to the recruiter about. And, you know, I'm just gonna have to remind him that you don't just go into you don't just talk to the recruiter and tell them that you'll do any job, because that's a fucking mistake. You need to know exactly what job you want to do. You gotta be prepared to do that job for like up to 6 years. 4 or 6 years. And you need to stick with it, because if you leave that job, they're gonna put you in infantry. Aircrew? He was considering aircrew. He unironically, for the longest time in high school, talked about being like a technician on planes, and then also being a door gunner. That's what he wanted to do. Hi, Hanson. You're with Loki? Loki the kitty cat? You can put in for it, but it's not a 100% thing. Yeah. There's no flight engineers anymore, and the gunner position is super rare to get. Tell them to try to get boom operator, aerial refueling specialist. All the years I wasted in manufacturing aircraft stuff is wasted. No degree of credentials ever helped me. Showed one guy a gun I made, and I got a job immediately. That's fair. Yeah. Pertaining to the flight engineers thing, I mean, yeah, they've probably restructured things. The way he learned it, and he told me this, was that apparently technicians for certain vehicles just get picked up one day. It's just like, hey, you're gonna be a door gunner today. I don't know how true that is. So that's kind of why he wanted to go for it. I don't know, like, are you mining tonight? Yeah, we're gonna be mining in the golem. That sounds very not true. I mean, who knows? He was a kid. It was high school. It might have just been what the recruiter told him that day. Because there are recruiters that would linger about the high school, the ROTC classroom. And my brother and I both did ROTC, as all social outcasts do in high school. All social outcasts in high school either go to band, theater, or ROTC. And I was no exception, and neither was my brother. We're both kind of social outcasts. When I talked to the recruiter, they wanted to put me in a, I was interested in electronic warfare. They wanted to put me in, not the intruder, the electronic warfare variant of the intruder. With the army recruiter. They wanted to put me in one of those. EA6. I don't know. I didn't think my ASVABs were that good. The Prowler, yeah. I ended up in band, yeah. It's just how it goes. Birds of a feather flock together. It's weird in the Marines, at least, because aircrew is like school you go to, and you might be a door gunner if you're also in a helicopter, but who knows these days. I see. 89 on my ASVAB, I qualified for all jobs. I don't know. The ASVAB used to have 2 scores, didn't it? You used to have 2 scores. That's like 4 to 5? As it has like, yeah. I don't know. I got like, my score was weird. Retired in the back in the 90s, yeah. I took the ASVAB. I got like an 82 or 72, but then they said my technical score was really high. I can't remember. They said it was like over 100. I don't know if that's true. I don't know if I'm remembering wrong. I was like, what is a technical score? General technical? They said my general technical was like 120. I was like, what? I thought it only goes to 100. Whatever it was good enough for 4 years later. A Marine recruiter called me at 2 a.m. at night, despite my sleepwalking, and was like, hey, how do you intend to pay for college? You want to be a Marine? At 2 or 3 a.m. at night. I was like, bro, you are really going hard for that, to fill that quota if you're calling me 4 years after my ASVAB score. ASVAB scores only last 2 years. Qualified for any job I wanted in the army. Who knows? Get a waiver for sleepwalking? You can get a waiver for sleepwalking? Guys. Really? Should I try? Should I try the military? No, you're too old? No, I'm not. If you join the military, that means less streams. Yeah, but will my quality of life improve by being in the military? You need a waiver for anything. It might get worse. People rabbit hole right now? What does that mean? 90% chance of getting worse? People had this exact same idea? Really? This is stupid? I'll get more money. And I'll get a place to live. I mean, I'd share a barracks, but... Zero autonomy? You'll be owned? Too old for active? Go reserves, though. People are blowing it way out of proportion. If you're over 30, probably wouldn't recommend. I'm not over 30. Me being a hag is very blown out of proportion. You and I have a friend in State Source if you need it. You need an indo. Cutoff is 42. Marines have a cutoff at 28. Like, they hire... They only take people at most who are 28. Or if you're 28, it's too much. It's too late. I don't know. I don't know. Kind of being on a boat would be fun. What if I joined the Navy? And you'd be gay? Are you ready to be gay? I just wouldn't join the military, especially with your history of depression, to be honest. You won't get support you need from your chain of command. Army is very annoying because there's a ground branch with no war to fight. One of my friends told me how people get hurt all the time for the most stupid things in the military. One of my friends is deaf in one ear because they were sitting on top of a tank during a training exercise, and the gunner decided to shoot randomly without warning anyone. And he was right next to the barrel of a tank. And now he's deaf in his ear forever. Some sort of training exercise that went awry. What if you joined and got an office job? That would suck to be an office worker. Again. I need you to get on and help me with a rock. 44 SCU, 25 quant, 40% Texan. How am I gonna help you? I only have a golem. IT in the military, actually pretty chill. That sounds chill. I have a prospector. Together we could be cool. I lived. You get a bunch of certs for free. What planet, Midnight? Are you fucking kidding me? Is it thunderstorming? Dude, there's no fucking way it's thunderstorming. I hate this summer so fucking much, bro. It thunderstorms like every fucking goddamn day. How am I supposed to fucking stream during the summer? Am I supposed to just take the summer off? Sorry. Zeus decides that I can't stream. Or it's like a heat storm or a flash storm from the heat. I'm about to do my fucking long stream for the week, and here a thunderstorm starts rolling up. Dude, I literally checked the weather report. Oh my god. I hate the summer, dude. It says the thunderstorm for like 2 hours. And I don't know. I don't even know if I should be talking about weather, because fucking... Someone was like, oh yeah, you talked about weather and now I know what state you live in. And I'm just like, okay, great. Thanks for letting me know. Jerk. Usually a 5-year commitment. I don't know. I just started thinking, like, if I go into a 5-year commitment with the military, there's a good chance within the next 1, 2, maybe 3 years at most, Papa Buggy will probably pass away. And like, should I be away from home when that happens? What does one do? I've always told my parents that I would take care of them when they get old. It's just like, you know, right now everything is fine, but when an elderly person loses the ability to eat, there's just more chance of complications. Something could happen. Good for paying off college debt, but I don't recommend it unless you're on hard times. I don't have that much college debt left. I have about like 18 grand left to pay. Yeah, you'll very likely regret being away. Are we doing okay? Yeah, I'm doing alright. I'm just gonna rip rip my hair out the moment this thunderstorm rolls in and ruins everything. And then I have to stop streaming. We might as well try to get some gaming in before the storm ruins everything. So let's get off of just chatting. We can continue the conversation we had. Alright, let's see. Let us see. Change category. Star Citizen. Alright, we are now in the Star Citizen category. Click down. Turn this off. Armor Space Industries. Join me for good loot. Okay, hold on. I haven't even made my character, and I wanted to record a ship post first, remember? I wanted to record a ship post, so there's gonna be a part where I hide the VTuber model. You doing the event? Yeah, we're gonna do some mining today. That's the title. Yeah, I'm just gonna record a little ship post. It should be like 1 or 2 minutes, depending on load time. Alright. Star Citizen should be capturing, but apparently it is not. Awesome. Y'all can hear it, but for some reason, it literally captured earlier today. The game is not capturing. Change the source. Change it back. I was literally capturing this game before I went live earlier. And now the game is no longer capturing. Got the starter mission done. I haven't done the starter mission. Alright guys, we might have to switch to Vulcan to see if the game captures. Let me try restarting it first. Yeah, leave it to CIG to fuck up how the game hooks into OBS. Acknowledge. I run Vulcan. The thing is, guys, if I change to Vulcan, you might no longer hear the game. Because, depending on DirectX 11 or Vulcan, it swaps sometimes. As to which games allow for audio hooking. Vulcan sometimes does not audio hook. Right now, the game isn't hooking at all. And Solubility, thanks so much for the $5 super. Okay. The game still is not capturing. Alright, let's try a window capture. Oh, there it goes. Now it's suddenly capturing. It started fearing me. Okay. So we're gonna record our ship post real quick. I'm gonna hide my VTuber model during this. I don't know if I should say anything. during this. I don't know if I should hide chat. Don't forget the timer. I'm gonna add the timer in editing. Breathe heavily into microphone. People pay good money for that. I'm not doing that. So remember, guys, here's the shitpost. Don't say anything. Do you hide chat though and give a YouTube intro? No, it's a shitpost. I can hide chat. Okay. Here's the shitpost, guys. We're doing a any percent C-Nut speedrun. I'm just going to create a character as fast as possible, load into Ruin Station as fast as possible, go to the food market, grab a C-Nut and eat it as fast as possible. That's it. I might want to add my own music. So remove the music. I'm gonna mute my microphone while I do this. Are you guys ready? Are you guys okay for potentially a couple minutes of silence? People speedrun anything these days. it's for a shitpost, okay? It's for a shitpost, okay? Alright. Alright, guys, we're gonna do it. I'll be right back. I'm going to tweak. We will miss Twitchy. I'll be right back. Alright, we did it. We did it. We did it. Cena, any percent speed run. 0 to nut run. Was that great or what? So lightning fast. No idea what you did, but I'm impressed. Huzzah! New speedrun! Speed Demon! Peak Cinema. Very clinical. Oh my god. Alright, guys. Now we get to do the Ruin Station food tour. This is a C-Nut. This is gonna, if you're in my org, this is our mascot. these little guys right here. These little guys are quite lovely, aren't they? Look at them. You have a little, like, boot. There's like a tube sea creature. I think it's a bug. It's close enough to a bug. Doesn't it look like a friend? Mmm, so good. So yummy. They have other ones. There's free fried cena with the sauce and regular fried ones. Let's try one with the sauce. Look at that. It's got like a vinegar-based sauce on it. It doesn't jiggle like the other one. Why does it have to make the sound? They use the hot. Who is this guy? That's a gel.
We all have our crosses to bear.
Oh my god, we have the default character. Because I just wanted to go as fast as possible. It was the default character. Alright. Let us see. Let us see. Let's check on all of our gear. Do we have all of our gear? We only have one of these. We still have the Obscura from several patches past. A bunch of Dominators. A Cirrus. A Shimmer. You know, of course it's a new patch. Everything got reset. All of my stealth components are missing again. Ice boxes, bolts, Obscuras, Chimeras. I don't know where the Chimera belongs to. Missile racks. Thunderbolts. A Veil. Delta Max. Stealth grade B size 1. Goes to something. A full block. A force wall. Some B grades. A bunch of rhinos and panthers. Do I have my NDBs? No, I don't. I lost them because they were salvaged off another person's ship. Oh, I have 2 bolts. Okay. All my NDBs got removed? Yeah. Sounds about right. Sounds about right. Alright, let's exit the menu real quick. Because I want to actually have my character. And do you guys want some music playing? You guys want more 70s rock? Would it be weird or endearing to tame a wasp and WoW and name it after you? That would be fine. I think it's fine. I think it's kind of cute. Alright, we have our character now. Why am I the party leader? How did that happen? Are you already in one? See the new hairstyles? I haven't checked them out yet. I'll have to. But let's get some music playing. Let us see. New window. Bring you over here. YouTube music. I have this music capture. Music capture. Let's see if this plays. Bum 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 bum. We have our looks now. Posted new haircuts in public chat in the org channel? Alright, cool, thanks. I'll take a look. Let me get out of this elevator first. Alright, guys, we're praying that thunderstorm doesn't kill us. Let's see. Damn, is that a can I speak to the manager haircut for women? That's what it looks like to me. Got my whale armor? Oh shit. Ain't nobody in Ruin Station. Everyone set their spawn in Stanton. That's alright with me. That's alright with me. We got our Rieger and XTR. That's alright with me. Let's see. We need some pirate clothing.
I heard about Amelia Boyd's past, and it was really sad. It doesn't excuse what the Frontier fighters have done, but
Take this off.
I feel bad for her.
I got my whale armor too. What would a pyro industrialist player look like?
How are you getting by? As my pop says, you can't control life. Just gotta live it the best you can.
I could wear the default. I could LARP as an NPC. I could wear the Second Life suit with the Death's Head,
Life been good to you recently?
the olive drab. Put a backpack on. Oh, I have this. How does this look? It looks kind of scuffed. Probably MacFlex, to be honest. I have this microid suit as well that I kind of like the look of. That it just adds like a skirt. Where did it go? Where did it go? And a helmet too. I just don't have arms for it. What would work here? Stitcher arms? Stitcher arms look okay. Looks like you're in Dune. How do I do this? How's that look? I don't have the arms for it. I don't know. I have Xenothreat armor I could wear. That storm looks like it's getting closer. I hope I don't have to cancel stream. If I cancel stream, I'm gonna be pissed. Let's see. I don't know. I think... Stay with me. I think I'll wear my Xenothreat armor. Do I want to wear this undersuit, though? This undersuit changed colors again. I like my stone skin Agra more. I also have the Survivalist Heavy Core, Bagu Speedrun, Where did my stone skin aggro
How
go?
are you doing?
I heard about Amelia Boyd's past, and it was really sad. It doesn't excuse what the Frontier fighters have done, but still.
Is that it? No.
Bad for her.
I was literally wearing it earlier.
What you gotta do?
Where did it go?
Recently.
I hope the headhunters get a hold of
There
the
it is.
Frontier fighters. I'd kill them myself, but I got too much work keeping me busy.
Some things just boggle the mind.
This is big old Cena thread armor. Do we wanna wear this helmet?
What's been going on with you?
You know, dealing with assholes. Got this guy about town what he owed me for his haul. I'm giving him another day to cough up the creds, or I'm gonna kick it out of him.
This looks very devilish.
You can't control life. Just gotta live it the best you can.
What do you think? Maybe we should do... Maybe we can do a Halloween helmet?
How are you getting back?
It's very handsome, looks sick. What about some of these Halloween... Oh my god, that thunderstorm is getting closer.
Weave in with a bunch of metal boxes a little too close. Grabbed him by the collar and put the fear of God in him.
Is fitting for a pirate? Yeah.
Some things just boggle the mind.
Grab one of my P4s.
So come on, talk to me.
Let's see, what do we want?
Days like today remind
Mining
me of
attachment?
terror.
No.
I got
We
this
want
from my mum and
tractor beam.
Look, she means well, but isn't the best at expressing it. She just comes off as very self-righteous and dismissive of anything that's not simpatico with her worldview.
Well, do what you gotta do.
Alright, guys. Oh my god, did it... It duped my quasi-grazer eggs!
Life
Alright,
goes on
okay.
today.
Things are getting pretty desperate in the
Dual-wheel
UAE.
tractor beams.
I'm one back border away from joining it out.
The thunderstorm is getting really, really close to being right on top of me. So I think, unfortunately, I do have to end stream. I'll probably do a part 2. And we'll actually go mining. I'll go live later once the storm passes. It's just a little rain. Will you be back if it ends quick? Yeah. Dupe's pledged armor too? What the? But it is lightning after lightning strike after lightning strike. Going over and over and over again outside. So, it's dangerous. It's dangerous to keep this up. I need to unplug my devices. That's a shame. I'll just make a part 2 on YouTube. Alright, let's think of a raid message real quick. Let's do... Raid... Getting struck by lightning any percent speed run. CNET still prevent lightning strikes? Yeah, unfortunately. Oh man, and there's a bunch of people on YouTube too. It's a shame that I have to end early. It's a shame I have to end early. Just because of a thunderstorm. I hate the weather. I hate the weather, man. Alright. We'll raid there. We'll raid Rhymy on YouTube. And on Twitch. How many of you are even here? Damn, there's a lot of you here. How did that happen? We'll raid Bagman. We'll always raid the Bagman. Bag. Start raid. Alright, everybody. Thanks so much for tuning into my stream. I will go live again when the thunderstorm passes. Unless it goes for a really long time. But it shouldn't. It should end sometime past midnight. Is what people are saying. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm terrified of thunderstorms. We will just go live again when we can. Okay? Alright. See y'all later. Bye-bye.